I bought the cheapest off-the-shelf black tray I could find. Now 6 months later, let's see how she's going. G'day guys, Elvin Pal here from Adventuring Pals, and like I said, I bought the cheapest off-the-shelf black tray I could find from MW Trays in Brisbane. And now I want to give you a bit of a review and see how she's faring after 6 months of use. So first of all, the tray I paid it's $29.50 on the website for the tray, plus fitting. I think by the time they removed my old tray, fitted the new tray and relocated the camera and stuff, I was up for $3,350. So that's pretty cheap for a powder coated black tray. But how is it? Is it even worth it? So let's have a quick look. The powder coat finish for the most part is pretty good and wears really well. However, there is a lot of areas they've kind of missed or been very thin with. I'll give you guys a bit of a closer look. One of the areas is the inside of the drop sides, and you can see the inside of the headboard. It's not too bad, but I kind of expected a bit better. It is a cheap tray, but even then, you kind of want it to be black everywhere you can see it, right? With the powder coating, it's not just my tray. We bought two trays at the same time, one for me, one for my brother-in-law who works for me, to put on his ute. And even the ones they had at MW, they had the exact same issues with the powder coating in the same places. While we're talking about bad things on the tray, one little thing that came up, pretty much by the time I got it home, the tail lights stopped working and were in the blink. Turned out to be just a loose earthing terminal, which I fixed pretty easily, but still we can't expect to be a bit better than that, right? It's got a nice little roll bar and a nice little headboard there to protect the glass, which is cool. It's got the chrome fittings on the tray for the latches and hinges, which contrasts the tray. It's kind of nice. I really like that actually. It's got the rope rails on there too, and it's just got the standard old mud guards on there too, which is black also. Now, I opted not to get a trundle tray just because they're so heavy. Even as an empty thing, they're about 50 to 70 kilos depending on the size you go for. But I'm finding the trays mounted a little bit high for me. I had a tray back on here before, if you didn't know, but I needed to change it because it was a bit too narrow for my canopy that I've got, and also because the roll bars were in the tray, which really just annoyed me, wasting that space in there. But that tray seemed to have been mounted a bit lower than this one is. It's only like maybe 50 to 100 mil, but it's just annoying having that extra height when you want to get into the canopy and all that. And also, I have jack-off legs, so I have two different canopies that I use. And that little bit of height makes a big difference to when I jack it off and drive away. The front drops in and the tray lifts up a bit, and I always have issues with clearance of the tray hitting the canopy when I try and take the canopies off. But I guess that may just be restricted with the chassis and the tray design. I don't know if they have any adjustment in that or not, but it is what it is, I guess. It's got some tail light guards on there, that's standard, which is good, and LED tail lights that are standard. The trays are drop side, and they have one hinge which is a little bit longer than the other, which makes a massive difference when you're trying to put the sides on, because it just makes it easy. You can put one side on first and then the other, which is the first time I've used this system, and it works a lot better than having both the hinges at the same length. The tray is a bolted together tray like most of the Elo trays out there. And for that price, that's all you're going to get. Like, if you want a welded tray, it's going to cost you at least $7 grand, I'd say. And it's been holding together pretty well. We've been taking it off-road. We've taken it to lots of trips to Gari and dirt roads and that kind of stuff. Nothing is broken on it. Nothing's been rattling on it, which is good. Most of the time, I've got a canopy on there, which I clamp down, and whatever space I have at the back, I put things on, and it hasn't scratched easily. The guys at MW are pretty easy to deal with, and buying from them, I've done it heaps of times before. This is probably like my fourth purchase from MW, and they're always easy to deal with. And overall, I would definitely buy this tray again. I don't regret my decision. It's holding up to what I expected it to be, and for the price, you can't really go wrong with it. Anyways, guys, if you guys got some value out of this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see me build out the canopies and stuff, as you can tell from my videos, I do everything on a budget. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.